My darlings, welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, where we speak truth to power and defend the Sussexes against the relentless smear machine. Today we're diving into the icy silence of Father's Day, a silence that speaks volumes. King Charles, William and Harry, 3 fathers, 1 monarchy and 0 warmth. If you ever needed proof of a dysfunctional royal household dressed in pearls and protocol, look no further than this Father's Day. Now let's start with what didn't happen. No post from King Charles celebrating his sons, no touching tribute from Prince William to his father, and of course nothing from Harry, not that he owes the world a public gesture, especially when his own father publicly cut him off, left him out in the cold, and allowed the media to feast on Meghan. But it's the silence between Charles and William that's even more telling. Harry doesn't have a public Instagram, sure, but William does. Kensington Palace posts for birthdays, state visits, and yes, even Father's Day. And yet, nothing, not a word, not even a photo. Isn't it fascinating how quickly people want to paint Harry as the wayward son while ignoring that both sons went radio silent? A king is many things, but above all, he is a father. On Father's Day, King Charles had a chance to rise above conflict and protocol. A simple message to both sons could have shown that his role as a father mattered as much as his crown. It would have been a gesture of grace, a sign of leadership through love. Instead, silence prevailed, a missed opportunity to lead by example. The public looks to leaders for compassion, not just tradition. Vulnerability and forgiveness would have made the king more relatable, more human. This day could have reshaped his image, showing a monarch defined by love, not just duty. Instead, the silence reinforced the monarchy's image as cold and distant. Protocol triumphed over parental affection. True leadership sometimes means following the heart, not the rules. On this day, a father's love could have been the strongest act of all. The king's silence was a missed and vital opportunity. The 2 princes have chosen very different paths as fathers. Prince William raises his children within royal tradition, orderly, dutiful, preparing them for a life of service. His public image is one of stability, upholding the monarchy's values. Prince Harry, by contrast, has stepped away, seeking freedom and emotional well-being for his children in America. His fatherhood is an act of rebellion, aiming to break the cycle of pain he inherited. King Charles, caught between old-world duty and modern expression, struggles to connect with both sons. The silence on Father's Day highlights these diverging paths. For William, silence may be loyalty. For Harry, it reflects ongoing pain. Charles stands in the middle, unable to bridge the gap. The result, a family portrait with a fractured centre, each man alone on his path. The silence speaks to a legacy still unresolved. In royal disputes, the media often shapes the narrative, and often Harry is cast as the villain. He's blamed for abandoning duty and causing trouble, while William's silence is seen as dignified. This one-sided portrayal ignores the complexities and the roles all have played. It's easier to have a villain than to accept a messy truth. The echo chamber of blame makes reconciliation nearly impossible. Real progress requires a more balanced, compassionate view. Pain and fault exist on all sides, but the public rarely sees the full story. Private conversations and personal hurts remain hidden. To blame one son oversimplifies a deeply human tragedy. The easy path is rarely the path to healing. A more compassionate view would see not a villain but a family in pain. Only then can understanding and healing begin. In this royal rift, the youngest suffer most. George, Charlotte and Louis grow up knowing their uncle and cousins only through headlines. Across the ocean, Archie and Lilibet are strangers to their grandfather and cousins. They're royalty by birth, but disconnected from their family's heart. One day, they'll read about the rift that defined their childhood. The absence of these relationships leaves unseen scars. The adult's choices shape the emotional landscape for the next generation. The cycle of pain risks being continued, not broken. These children deserve a whole family, not a legacy of division. True leadership means thinking of the future, choosing humility and forgiveness now. The greatest gift Charles and his sons could give is a healed family. The current silence casts a long, sad shadow over their future. In the end, this is not just a story about royalty, it's a story about family. The silence of Father's Day teaches us about the corrosive nature of pride and protocol, but it also reminds us it's never too late to choose love. Healing doesn't come from public relations, but from forgiveness and courage. We all have strained relationships and unsaid words. Let this royal story remind us not to wait. Reach out, say what matters. Don't let pride rule your family. Let love be your guide. A family is defined by love, not status or history. It's built on laughter, support, and the grace to forgive. Appearances can deceive, but love endures. In the complex world of human relationships, love is what truly matters. Let's hope this family and all families find their way back to that truth. The silence may linger, but the power to change remains. In the end, love is the only legacy worth leaving. So, my darlings, this Father's Day told us everything we needed to know, not through statements, not through speeches, but through silence. A silence that exposes a monarchy frozen in pride and incapable of true emotional leadership. Charles could have extended an olive branch. William could have acknowledged his father, but they chose nothing. And Harry, he chose peace. Far away from the cold corridors of Buckingham Palace, Charles could have extended an olive branch. William could have acknowledged his father, but they chose nothing. And Harry, he chose peace, far away from the cold corridors of Buckingham Palace. Until next time, remember, love always wins, truth always rises, and the Sussexes will always have our hearts. Stay loud, stay kind, stay royal in spirit.